Hey guys, welcome and welcome back to my YouTube channel. It is Wahura Kabutha in the building. Okay, today I have a story time. I'm not even gonna do shout outs, I'm not even doing the intro song like I normally do. I'm just gonna get straight into this story time. Sit back, get your cup of tea. I'm smiling a lot because this story time is so messy. Let me take you back to year 10 Wahura. It was about, let's say, 2010, 10 years ago. This was Halloween, and Halloween is normally, it's the end of October. So at the end of October, there used to be an event in Village Market. So I went for it in year 9, and then now I was going, this was the second time that I was going for it. And of course, a lot of my classmates also were going for it. It was gonna start at about 6 o'clock on a Saturday. Now this is the Friday before. I did start this story time from the Friday before because there's just too much tea. So from the Friday before, so I went to school. Basically after school used to finish, what time do schools finish? Like 3:30 or 3, somewhere there. So when school finished, we were outside chilling, and then all my friends had left, and basically when I was picked late. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. I was picked late from school, so I ended up staying in school until probably like at 5 or like 5:15 there, and it was just me, my brother, and probably like 1 or 2 other students. So as I'm chilling in this outside this, not out, like outside the school, but still in the compound, these 2 students are coming out of the school. Because what people would do is that if you're being picked late, you can stay in like the classrooms and study, or just chill with your friends, or just you can just chill in any part of that school. So just because I was sitting outside doesn't mean that there are no students inside. So 2 students came out. One of them, what do we call this one? Pot. We're gonna call him Pot. So Pot comes out, and he was walking his friend who was now being picked up. But he's not yet being picked up. And he's like, yo, what's up? I said hi. He walked his friend, then he came back. And I'm like, wow, he's come back. Let me tell you something about Potter and I. We had a thing. And so when he came back and he started talking to me, you know, the usual to chit chats. Alafu, he said, how do I even describe Pot? Let me tell you, Pot. Like till today, when I look back at him, I'm just like, it's shocking. It's shocking because let me tell you. So basically, Potter and I had a thing. The last time we had a thing, we had like on and offs for a hot minute. But the last time we had a thing that year was in April. Let me tell you what happened in April. In April, we closed for the spring holiday. He'd come to my place, he'd come pick me up, and we'd spend like hours together. I'm telling you, I used to spend like, if not every day, every other day with this guy. And if I'm not with him physically, we're texting back and forth. Tulikuwa ndani. So I thought, moral of the story is, when we opened school, I find out this guy is in a full-blown relationship. I said, I'm telling you, I thought it was a joke. I think we were in school and someone was saying, yeah, you know, it's been like 5 months, they're still dating. I said, what? I'm a whole side piece? Like, is that what you're trying to tell me? I'm a side piece? Yo, this guy is actual trash. This guy is actual trash. Obviously, not too many people knew about it. I feel like now, people from my school now will figure out what I'm talking about. And that is when, yeah, the cat is out of the bag. Because it's not something I want to talk about. It's not something I was proud of. It's just I was so disgusted by myself and him most of all. Because me, I'm single. But at the same time, it's like, I don't want that karma. I don't want that energy. Because what the heck? I was so like, yo, this guy's a mess. Like, I knew he's a womanizer, but like, he's proper. He's the real deal, you know? Anyway, so that's a part of our history. So fast forward to October, and he's here, he's coming to chat, because after that, I didn't interact with him like that. I kept my distance, and I was like, this guy, and let me tell you, he knew how to talk to you. Let me tell you, if this guy would approach you even right now, he can sell you oxygen. These are the type of guys who can sell you oxygen. So now, this Friday evening after school, and he's here come and talk to me, and I could see the eyes, because that's one thing about him. There's a way he'd just look at you, and you're there, umekufa, you're just like, Jesus, I can't do this, my heart is overbeating, I can't breathe, like there's just, oh my God. So ako hapo ananiangalia hivyo, nilikuwa najua, I just knew, miss. You miss me? Yeah. Keep missing me, my G. Keep missing me. Not gonna lie, I entertained him. I was like, let me just see, let me hear what he has to say. So there we talked. It was a casual conversation, and then he's like, let's go for a walk. around the school. I said, come, there's nothing else I was doing, might as well. So as we were walking around the school, we started walking towards the swimming pool area. Let me give you a little bit of history about what used to happen in the swimming pool area. The swimming pool area is where kids used to go and do bad manners in groups. So when he's walking me to the swimming pool area, I was like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding? Because I'm not the type of person to be messy in school. You get what I'm saying? Like, ew. Don't whatever where you eat. What that saying is, don't where you eat. As we walk in the swimming pool area, he's there, he's telling me, oh, you know how lovely I look, how he likes how my trousers fit, how I don't know my bum. Like, he's just talking the most. Not gonna lie, because in high school I was those girls who used to wear, like, I used to make my pants tight and fit. I used to like them to shika me, and a lot of girls, actually a lot of us, used to do that. Like, we used to wear just tight pants because we can. Because we can. So as we walk in the swimming pool area, we get into one of the bathrooms, and it's the girls' bathroom. And then we sat, because the girls' bathroom used to have like a place where you sit. So we've sat, and you know, from the start he had planted the seed. So now he was just watering it. You know, just telling me sweet nothings, sweet nothings. And I knew there were sweet nothings, but I like to hear them. Like, even now, if I know you're a waste of time and you want to tell me sweet nothings, I'm gonna listen. I just want to hear what you have to say. But in the back of my mind, Najwa too is ufala. I know it's all lies. I know it's bull crap, but I'll listen to it. So I said, I'm listening. I listened. They're telling me you're so beautiful. You know, I care about you. You know, you've always been the one for me. I said, my G. So akaanza kunishikashika, and I'm not gonna lie, a part of me liked it. I know about you guys, but toxic people are fun. Let's be honest, toxic people are fun. They're not good for you, but they're fun. So akaanza kunishikashika, nikasema, I'm not doing this in school, and I'm not doing this in school with him. Please. So I stopped him, and then I said, let's leave, let's go outside. And I don't feel like doing this. And then as we were walking out, one of the teachers leaves their office, and I'm like, can you imagine if I got caught here almost doing something with this guy? Catch me dead. Because we didn't do much. All he did was just touch my thigh. And also I was in year 10, so there's only so much I could have done, to be honest. So we left, went back. I think when we now went back to where we had sat initially, his car had come, or his driver had come, and I think my driver or my parents or someone had come for me. So we went home. When I got home, the first thing I did was get my phone and call my best friend then. So I called my best friend, because I called her and I'm like, yo, guess what happened today? She said, what? I said, what did we call this guy? I said, Pot tried the moves on me. She said, are you kidding me? I said, I ain't playing, honey. Get this, she tells me that this same Pot had tried something with her that week. I think like on a Wednesday or Tuesday, but that week he had tried something on her. I said, my G. I called my other friend, or I texted my other friend. I just know I talked to like 3 of my friends. I called my other friend, and I tell her the same story. Guess what this girl tells me? That same Friday, Pot had tried something with her during PE, or during some sports thing we're doing. He had tried something now when they were walking back. Are you kidding me? This guy is messy. I'm not done. I called my other friend, and I tell her the story again, and I'm explaining to her, and she tells me, guess what, my G? This guy tried it with me on, was it Thursday? You must be playing. You must. How? So I guess what happened, he was just trying with different girls. You know the way, guys, that thing. Have you seen that? Have you seen that thing? Somewhere on social media, I can't remember where I saw it, where a guy texts like 10 different girls, and then he sees which one of them replies, and then that's the one that now he'll start vibing. So I think that's the same thing he was trying. He was like, let me just try with all these girls, although it was just one by one, because you saw he can't send a text, so he was just trying one by one. I think for me, it just happened that he saw me and I was alone, and he just saw prey, because he's just a predator. That's how I guess he was now trying with me. But hey, I'm not the one. I was just like, thank you, Jesus, that I did not fall for this trap, because Lord knows how sometimes it's hard. Sometimes you're just like, kid, I'm just glad this wasn't one of those moments. And trash. So now it's the next day, and this is the day of Halloween. Saturday. So we're there, we're talking to my friends, we're like, yo, what are you gonna wear? I'm gonna wear this. What are you, what time are you gonna get there? We said that we'd get there like, let's say at like 7. The thing was starting at 6 until like midnight or 1 o'clock. That year, I think I went with my brother. So got ready, got to Village Market at about 7:30, met up with my friends, and then my friends who are in other schools, because that's the time when everyone from across the schools, from different schools, would now come together and we do the most. So we're there with my friends and my friends' friends. We're like about, let's say like 6, 7. And I remember this guy who was a friend's friend, he chucked a body. It was Sky vodka, the blue one, the blue Sky vodka. So he chucks that body, chukua tumechapa shots, my shots. By a couple of shots, I'm ready, I'm good to go. Now how they had set up Village that year, how they had set up Village Market is, you know where the current Zucchini is, that place, that's where the dancing club place was. So we're at the club place. Dance. Mind you, also, just a disclaimer. These are the days where I didn't know, like, it's not a must for you to grind with everyone who comes behind you. This is why you need to be going out when you're supposed to go out. Because I thought, as I said in my previous story times, I thought like when someone grinds with you, like you have to grind with them. Like you can't say no. So I'd end up grinding with people. I don't want to, but I'm just doing it. As if today. Anyway, so we're there, we're dancing, the people are grinding. Hey! Let me actually just say this. I don't even understand how this event was allowed. How our parents were just like, yeah, you can go. But you know, at the same time, you need to experience this life, to be honest. You can't just be sheltered thinking that everything is just perfect. Rainbows and roses. Please, you need a reality check. I'm glad I was exposed to these things. That was just a side story. Let's go back to the story. We're there, we're dancing, we're grinding. And then at some point, there's this guy who came to run behind me. And Kangalia Nyuma and Kasema, I know this guy. I know this guy. Hi, let me tell you who this guy is. I was so messy. Basically, this guy, will call him Pink. Because my nails. Pink. So Pink was Pot's best friend. And what happened, I met Pot before I met Pink. So I met Pot, like let's say I met Pot in 2008 or 9. Then I met Pink the year after. Pink and I had like a thing, but it didn't stay for too long. It was just like for some time and then died off. And this was the other thing that used to piss me off about Pot, is that Pot, because when he found out about Pink and I, he used to poke at me and just like discourage me from having a thing with Pink. And I'm just like, you, out of everyone on this planet, you cannot say shut up. Even in school, I remember he'd just be like, yo, are you sprung? You're sprung for Pink. And I'd be like, first of all, I didn't even know what the sprung means. So you have to explain to me what is sprung? What is sprung? He's like, yeah, do you really like him? How does this affect you? And you have a whole girlfriend. And I'm sure many other wahuras, because you are messy. So Pink, alikuwa hapo nyuma nikasema, ni wahura ni nani? Nikaanza Shakira. Hips don't lie, I was shaking it, winding it, bending it over, picking it up, slow, taking it down. Hey, it's like I was performing for someone to pay for my school fees. Then he's like, let's go for a walk. I said, Nini, you're just like your best friend who likes walking here. So we went for a walk. And as we're going for a walk, again, the script is the same. Oh, you know, you're so beautiful. Oh, you look so nice. Oh, you know I care about you. Oh, you know you're the one for me. Bull crap. But as I said, I will listen to what you have to say. Because clearly you want to let this out of your chest. Fungua roho yako. Mind you also, let me give a bit of history about Pink and I. So when Pink and I had a thing, and then eventually like it died off. I don't know what happened, but it just staled off. And then he started having a thing with one of my classmates. So she had come to ask me, and I told her like what had happened like the year before. I did, and how we had talked like for a bit. And later that night, like when I get home, this guy is texting me and telling me, oh, I'm not interested in you. I don't, like, along these lines. He didn't say I'm not interested in you, like, word for word. But basically, I don't want a relationship with you. Like, leave me and that girl alone. I was just like, what the f***? So I don't know what she went and told him. I don't understand how you're here telling me, oh, I don't want. Even me, I don't want. Even me, I don't want. Relax. So that's why when we were here walking and he's here telling me all these sweet nothings, I'm like, what's happening? What's going on? What's going on? I know what's going on. It's because you're lit and we were grinding seriously. Because what else has changed? That's the only thing. That's the only difference. And I'm like, bruh, it's just a dance. Just relax. I don't want you to propose to me again because I dead ass don't care. I did. Before maybe I did care, because let me tell you something else about me actually. If I like you and I care about you and you me over, trust, it's going to hurt. But when I am done with you, I can't. How am I going back to pick trash that I threw? How? And then one of his friends approached us. This friend of his was drunk. He was drunk off his face. Mans could barely even stand. And he comes and he starts talking. He says hi to me. He was a gentleman though. He's like, hello. Then I feel like he kissed my hand. You know those guys who do that thing? Man, like, I'm just like, come on. I feel like a queen. Get it. So akafanya hivyo, and then he started talking to this friend of his, Pink. And as he's talking to Pink, he's shouting because he's lit. He's just like, oh, is this the girl that you are talking about? The one for na. Like exposing him. And I could see from my peripheral, I think it was like a movie. I could see from my peripheral, Pink had taken a step back and he started doing this. He's like, so I turned and I looked at him and then he stopped. I'm like, lol. This guy was about to break his neck, just telling him, shh, shut up, shh, she's not the one, shh. So that's what pissed me off, because I'm like, I'm not even interested in you like that. If I didn't see you today, I would never have reached out to you, and neither would you have to me. So I don't understand why you're hiding someone else. Like, why are you trying to seem like this can be more? Why are you out here trying to make me look like I'm stupid, like I'm dumb? That pissed me off. I said, after that guy friend finished, I was just like, let me just go look for my other friends. I'm done with this chapter. I'm done with you and your friend, both of you. Please clear out. And it's not like he was fun toxic. At least Pot was fun toxic. but Pink wasn't fun toxic. So you're just toxic. You're just wasting my time. You're just wasting my time, and I ain't got the time. So eventually I met up with my group of friends. My friend, again, one of my friends, because basically that night what happens is that there's that club place down there, and then the rest of Village Market is just open. Also, just so you know, Pot and Pink were a year older than me, so they were probably 16. I want to say 16. Anyway, I left Pink and I was like, ugh. So at this point I'm alone, and how it was is that people are just perambulating up and down, so you're bound to bump into someone that you know. So I bumped into one of my best friends and she's like, yo. So she tells me how this other guy, what do we call, let's call it wire, that's a hard one. Branch, no, clouds, sky. So she tells me how Sky is looking for me. So Sky was this guy I was talking to. Like, he's like him, I was more serious with him. But at the end of the day, when we all go to bed, me, I'm single. So I'm not about to start committing to someone who has not asked me to be his girlfriend. Because let me tell you, you'll just be there, be loyal to yourself. Utajikuta tu hapo peke yako. Loyalty kitu gani? Ha! And also based on my past with this Pot and Pink, me, Bill, please. Sky was like, had a special place in my heart. Like, he's those guys, if he just said, will you be my yes, I will, yes. So I forgot to mention, Pot was in my school, Pink and Sky were in another school. Alafu, Pot and Pink were black and Sky was Asian. I think he was Indian or Pakistani, I'm not sure. I think he was Indian, to be honest. I'm only specifying their race so that you guys can visualize with me. Sky was so nice and so genuine and so real. And Sky was so tall. Oh my days. This guy was a whole giraffe. And he was also older, like a year. I think he was like a year or two older than me. He used to drive. Even like Pot, he used to drive. Again, I don't understand how these people used to drive and had cars. Like, he used to have this huge, he used to have, I think, a Land Cruiser. It was white. He always had credit to call me. Like, and I tell you, we would talk on the phone for hours. This is before this WhatsApp calls. We'd even sleep on the phone together. And if I wake up at like 3 a.m. or 4 a.m., I'm hearing him like on the other line. Yani, I don't understand how much credit he has. I don't understand. And I was on Airtel and he was on Safaricom, and he just called me and just check up on my day and just see what's up. So when my best friend told me that Sky is looking for me, I ran. I started running. I said, where did you last see him? Okay, I didn't run, I'm exaggerating. I just started now looking for him. I just started walking around and looking for him, and then I eventually found him. I hugged him and I said hi to him, and he was like, have you eaten? Would you like some food? Would you like a drink? What would you like? Like, he just, someone who just treats you right. And that for me, unfortunately, was new. This is so refreshing. He was such a decent human being. So he held my hand and he's like, let's go for a walk. And I'm like, I can go anywhere with you, let's go. So we're walking around and we're just talking. Like, we also used to have like proper good conversation. So we walk around, we get to where CJ's is, like right now, that middle part. So we're sitting there. So we sat there, and then at some point, this group of guys, these 3 guys, came, like walked into where we were sitting. And then one of them was like this big, tall guy. And then the other guy was like, he was tall, but lean. And then there was a short guy. Which reminds me, another thing about Pot and Pink, who are shorter than me. What am I doing stressing myself with people who are 5'4" and 5'5"? And I think then probably I was like 5'6" or something. But I was like taller than them. And no offense to any guy who's short, it's just that, you know, my cup of tea, you're someone else's cup of tea. So they came in and they stood like across us and they kept looking at us. Do they know anyone? I don't know who these guys are. I don't know. And my other friends don't know who these guys are. Maybe Sky. Who's Sky? I don't know. So at this point, Sky is just holding me, and his hand, I think, was on my thigh. Or he was embracing me. I was in the arms of my angel, in the arms of my sweet, sweet angel. And then he started, like, I don't know what he was doing. Alikuwa anafanya mavitu hapo on my neck. Alafu, I just heard him say, take this. I was like, what? Then he's like, take this. So I looked down. This guy had 20 G's in cash in a rubber band. So he was giving me this money to hide or to keep. So he says, take this. I was like, what is happening? What is happening? So I took the money and I hid it. Like, I hid it behind my back. And then I can't remember if I hid some and then gave my best friend, or if I gave my best friend all of it to hide, because it was a lot. Like, I'm telling you, I've not held that much money like this. At least then I've not held that much money like this. Second of all, I have a couple of questions. Why do you have so much money like this? Why do you have so much cash like this? Third of all, this is the end of the night, meaning you've spent some. This is change. Why do you have change of 20,000 Kenya shillings? So I hid it and I was like, okay, keep calm, act cool. The way he did it was very sleek. If it's only him and I who would know that he's busy giving me money to hide, because he was I'm just there, you know, like, it just looks like 2 lovebirds budding. So he walks towards these guys that I'm just like, excuse me. Excuse me. You know, all this time, you know these guys. You know them. Sky, darling, sweetheart. Huh? How do you know them? Actually, I don't want to know. Actually, yeah. I don't want to know. I don't want to be called to court and I'm asked, I don't know who, which, I don't know. I want to say I don't know because I don't know. So don't tell me. Actually, I take it back. I don't want to know. And then why are you talking to those guys? So he went to talk to them. They even laughed, and I don't even know what he was trying to tell them, but I was trying to figure out, and I'm like, I don't want to know at the same time, because I don't want to know. Ignorance is bliss. So he comes back, and then those guys also walk off, and we have a little chat. We're talking, and then he asked for the cash back. So I gave him the cash back, and then he needed to go and do some stuff. So I was like, okay, calm, go do your thing. And he was like, he'll catch up with me baadaye. And I was like, okay, fine, if I see you, that's okay. I didn't see him at the end of that night because I also didn't have my phone, so it was quite hard to reach me. I feel like I talked to him at night, like he called me at night, because okay, this guy, he was so nice. Even him, although he had his flaws, because what are you doing with all that money? What are you doing with all that money? I don't understand. I don't get it. I appreciate Pot and Pink being in my life though, as much as in the moment it was a lot. Moral of the story, don't let people who are shorter than you stress you. Okay, I'm teasing. That's Wahura 10 years ago. I feel like when you go through such things, it builds your character. I do appreciate that I went through that, because as I've said also, I'm a helpless romantic. Sometimes it's just good to get a reality check. And not live in your own bubble here, like the way these Disney movies tell us about a Prince Charming and blah, blah, blah. I feel like also I can't blame the male species wholeheartedly. These are things you also attract in your life, and We keep our head held high and we keep it moving. Get me? Thank you so much for tuning into my YouTube channel. I hope you enjoyed this story time. I will try and remember more story times from back in the day. As usual, if you want to have a more intimate relationship with me, you can follow me on my Instagram at Wahura Kabutha, on my Twitter at Wahura K, on TikTok at Wahura.k. Have a lovely day, evening, afternoon, morning. Goodbye. Don't go, don't go, don't go. Please don't go, please don't go. Have some more story times. Don't go, please. Don't leave me, please.